well as you can, handling somebody like Kawhi Leonard. I think when Draymond's minutes were mirroring Kawhi, he likes that assignment. He wants to throw him down. But it was everybody else for the Clippers that helped beat the Warriors tonight. If you look at role players versus role players, well, the Clippers succeeded.
We're going to continue this conversation as we get to the crossover right now. We get out to Jenny, Natalie, and Cheryl to discuss this game a little bit more. And Cheryl, I always think a team needs to take away lessons from a loss like this, in which they led by 14 at the half. What's the lesson for the Warriors in the second half of this game?
The Warriors reminded me of someone who looks in the mirror and walks away and forgot what they look like. They forgot what they look like. That's exactly what happened. They were defensively they got after it, like you guys said. They really flexed their muscle. They were swarming. And the second half, it's almost like they had dead legs, and forgot the game plan.
Agreed.
I've been learning from coach. See, it rubs off.
No, I agreed. What I saw was, I saw that the LA Clippers weren't shooting the three ball very well in the first half, and what I noticed is they had 62 paint points compared to the Warriors 36, and so I felt like T. Lue, found ways to generate more paint points than them. When it's not falling, I think they were finding the answers how to get that get to the rim.
That's why you're coach of the year. That's why you're coach of the year.
No, you saw it, and I went off of it.
Both of you are quick studies. Clearly, very much so. Quick studies. I just really want to ask Coach Nakase, in the moments where your team does fall apart and it's a game of two halves, and they're not executing the game plan that they were clearly executing in the first, what's the message for the next game to get them back to a position where they look in the mirror and they recognize, hold on, we can play defense well. We can contain amazing scorers like Kawhi and Benedict Mathurin and Darius Garland as a distributor. What's that message to them?
Yeah, on to the next. I mean, they still came out, fighting. Like, they had good fight. It's just they didn't shoot well, in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. And that happens. If the shot doesn't fall, it's okay. But, stay focused on controlling the controllables. I thought they got great second chance points. They fought really hard. But then it's like, it's on to the next already. You still encourage them. I thought they played well. But, who's the next opponent? Let's go after them. Let's go fight as hard as we can.
But you guys made an excellent point. Who is that go-to bucket for the Warriors?
So with that in mind, I mean, Cheryl, when you're talking about looking in the mirror, this is such an opportunity for the role players right now. When the Warriors have lost their identity because it was Steph,
first of all, let's drop the role. They're no longer role players. That's dead and gone. Now they've got to fill those shoes. So who's going to step up and be that bucket? They don't have to be buckets, but they have to be a bucket player.
I got you. You're talking about 40. You're talking between Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry. 47 points a night you need to make up, right? 47 points a night. Keith Santos obviously didn't start tonight. He came off the bench, but just putting up 5 for him. So yeah, it's finding those guys, finding that rhythm. I thought it was going to be Podziemski's night, right? You thought he was going to have a career high tonight, at least a season high. He was well on his way to it, knocking on the door, and only able to get 1 bucket in the second half.
And Pat Spencer was quiet, was he not?
Yes. Yep.
It happens. Defenses adjust, especially when you take that level of a spotlight. They adjust, and we didn't see the Warriors find another option, another vessel. But thank you guys so much for breaking down the game. It was so much fun listening to you all. Anytime I get the chance to hear Natalie Nakase get into the mind of the players, what she's, execution, what players are trying to set up out on the floor, it's really special because it's rare that a coach gives their secrets. And Natalie Nakase is someone that keeps her execution. I mean, even her coach's retreat, she kept that to the chest of what was going on.
I think she was still trying to do it tonight. Cheryl's having to press her a little bit.
Exactly.
You can't give away the secrets.
The combination of the two of them was really, really special.
This game, though, we got to talk about the importance of this game because now the Clippers have a 2-1 lead in the season series. These teams will face each other in the regular season finale. If the Clippers win, it's a 2-2 series, but they have the tiebreaker. So when we're talking about the importance of this game for the Warriors, too, the Clippers are looking at the same thing. This month, the month of March, they have 11 games against the bottom 9 teams in the league. They want to move up. They see who's ahead of them. It's the Warriors, and they made the adjustments in the second half to win.
1,000%. The Warriors had an opportunity tonight, and they just fell apart at the end.
I hope you were just going to say, agreed. Like Natalie Nakase, agreed.
Well, we're going to...
How do you go up 14 at halftime and then lose by 13? How does that even happen, Dub Nation? Come on, man. 114 to 101 against the Clippers, and it felt like two completely different games in one night. First half? Yeah. Second half? Oh, what was that? Let's talk about it, because this one hurts. Not because the Warriors got blown out from start to finish, but because they had it. They had control. They had energy. They had that defensive snarl. Draymond was locked in on Kawhi, bumping him, talking to him, making it physical. You could see it, that intensity, that edge, that we're not backing down vibe. And then, boom, third quarter hits, legs look heavy, shots stop falling, Clippers start living in the paint. 62 points in the paint for LA. 62! That's not just defense breaking down, that's momentum flipping possession by possession. And here's the big question everybody's whispering, but nobody wants to scream. Who's the go-to bucket right now? Who's that guy when the game tightens up and you just need a tough two? Because in that first half, Brandon Podziemski was cooking. 20 in the first half. He looked confident. He looked like a floor general. He looked ready to take that leap. But second half, one bucket. Clippers adjusted. Ty Lue made his chess moves, and Golden State didn't counter. And listen, it's not about effort. They fought, they battled, they were scrapping for second chance points. But when you're missing Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler's scoring punch, that's roughly 47 points a night you're trying to replace. 47! That's not plug and play, that's identity shifting. That's role players becoming bucket getters, and that's hard. But here's why I'm not panicking, and I need you to hear me on this. The first half showed the blueprint. Ball movement was crisp. They went on that 15-2 run to close the first quarter. Defense was swarming. The energy was there. That wasn't fake. That wasn't luck. That's who they can be. The collapse? That's about execution and adjustments. And execution can be fixed. Adjustments can be learned. The Clippers won the role player battle tonight, no doubt. But this season series isn't over. The standings aren't locked. The West is tight. And here's the truth. This Warriors team is still figuring out who they are without their full firepower. That's growth. That's uncomfortable. But that's also opportunity. Ah, man. Imagine when Steph comes back and this version of Pods is still aggressive. Imagine when the bench confidence carries over. Imagine when those first half habits become full game habits. That's the upside. That's the ceiling. And it's still there. So I'm asking you, Dub Nation, is this just a tough lesson game, or is it something deeper? Who should be that go-to guy right now? Drop it in the comments. Let's debate it. If you're riding with the Warriors through the ups and the downs, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay locked in. Because this season, it's not done, not even close. And you already know, when Golden State finds its rhythm, the league better watch out.